crypto holders, it's getting embarrassing at this point. I mean, what the heck is going on right now in the cryptocurrency markets? Have you seen this bullshit? Let's have a look at this because it's ridiculous, man. This is the S&P 500. It just hit a new all-time high at 57.96 yesterday. What the heck? Oh, it's just all-time high after all-time high for the stock markets, man. I should put more of my money in equities. This is getting ridiculous at this point. When is our crypto bull run coming? Meanwhile, here's the number 2 cryptocurrency, the second biggest cryptocurrency by market cap, ETH. ETH, you drunk, go home. What is this bullshit? Look at this. Every major EMA trending hard down right now. Price currently at $2,400. Can't even get back up. ETH has got such performance issues, it can't even, get it back up enough to retest old $2,800 here, let alone even get back on to $3,000, even think about getting close to new all-time highs. It's ridiculous. What is going on here? ETH's still down 50% from its previous all-time highs. That's insane. Almost no ETF inflows. Wall Street doesn't want to buy it at all. What's going on here, man? Meanwhile, SPX 69,000, some random meme coin, is up 8,000% in the last month. This is the state of our industry. Serious coins, totally ignored. Bullshit meme coins, 8,000% in a month. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 just keeps grinding higher. What's Bitcoin doing? Not that much. Not that much currently, man. What is this? Currently sitting just above the 200-day EMA purple line on the chart here. Should we see any further downside in the price, you want to see $58,000 holding. Okay, it's a key area right now for Bitcoin. Hopefully see a reversal in the not so distant future. Now, of course, we have the 50, 100-day EMAs sitting right overhead here. Crazy stuff, man. It's wild to see how well the equity markets are doing on Fed rate cut news, on China stimulus news, on global liquidity index, and M2 going up and all that stuff. Meanwhile, the crypto markets not doing so much. We have some more news on all the big reasons on why things are the way they are right now. But real quick, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, get yourself an account over on Bybit. They have a super sweet deal going right now. No US, no UK, by the way. It's a $500 free trade. $500 free trade. Check this out. So if you use the link down below to start your account, you deposit $100 or more. You have to do those two things. Then you'll get a $500 free trade and keep all the profits from that trade. Of course, this could be dominated in Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and Pepe and Dogecoin. A few other options here for you as well. Super great offer here from Bybit. So if you want to take advantage of that free $500 trade, link down below in the description of this video with instructions on what you need to do. Okay, so China's central bank kicking off $500 billion yuan swap facility to aid the stock market. That's a lot of cheddar, of course. That is probably about 70, 80 billion US, something like that. So a lot of money that China is dumping into the markets here. Okay. It's going to keep happening. China needs probably, I think top Chinese economists said that China probably needs to inject about 1.4 trillion US dollars worth into the economy to actually get it back in the right direction. That's going to save the property markets. It's going to save people's mortgages. It's going to save the stock markets. It's going to restart innovation in factories and all this kind of stuff. It's a big number, man. It's a big number. U.S. stock markets have been loving this. Bitcoin, not so much. Global central banks, with the exception of the Bank of Japan, are easing their policies. This is boosting liquidity, which is expected to have positive impact on assets such as stocks, gold, and Bitcoin. This will. And this is the thing. We're joking a little bit earlier here. Of course, it's true, but also kind of funny and a bit tongue-in-cheek. But realistically, Bitcoin and the whole crypto market, except for meme coins right now, is just lagging behind. How long it will lag for? Probably not that much longer. So assuming that the entire global economy and all major markets don't turn over and puke their guts out in the next 2 or 3 months, fingers crossed, then Bitcoin is probably going to catch up in a very serious way. Altcoins are probably going to start catching up in a very serious way. I think one of our key indicators to watch for is when Ethereum really starts performing well, because when Ethereum starts performing well, it's going to drag the entire altcoin market up with it. Okay, Bitcoin's actually been doing pretty okay compared to stuff like Ethereum. That won't last forever, okay? at some point also start outperforming Bitcoin. And yes, money will start flowing into crypto, although it's obviously mostly flowing into stocks, apparently. Crikey. CPI numbers coming out probably by the time you've watched this video. I feel like CPI is a bit of a nothing burger right now. Now, look, the previous CPI was 2.5%, okay? The forecast from Wall Street analysts is 2.3%. So as long as we come in 2.5% or less, I would say markets are probably going to like that. If by some happenstance we see the CPI, everything's about Bitcoin. If you go to the CPI, go from 2.5 back up to 2.6, 2.7, I would expect some market, not say panic, but I don't think markets would like that very much, okay? As long as CPI inflation keeps going down in 2.3%, if the forecast comes in, and maybe it beats the forecast and comes in at 2.2 or something like that, if the Fed's target's 2%, all right? Again, it's all about labor markets right now, and interest rates will continue to be cut unless, of course, there's some giant surge in inflation, but I don't see that happening quite yet. So we'll see what that is when that comes in. Andrew Kang, some market views. It's interesting. Thinking about rate cuts in China and all that stuff, because this stuff should be having more of an impact on the cryptocurrency markets. He says, I believe crypto market participants as a whole have overstated the impact of Fed rate cuts and China stimulus. The Fed rate cuts are one of the only factors that impact the global liquidity, and global liquidity itself is only one of the factors that influence crypto prices. It seems nonsensical to see Bitcoin rally 4.5x during a period where rates were going up at multi-decade highs, showing little correlation between rates and BTC, and I expect a strong inverse correlation present itself as soon as rates start going down. You can argue that rates in 2023 were priced in, but if you make that argument, you have to make it about rate cuts as well. That's not to say rate cuts are not important, but rather they are overweighted by most market participants. Equities have a stronger tie to rates because of discount rates used to value cash flows, mature corporate debt markets, used to finance growth, etc., which is why China stimulus is much more bullish stocks than crypto. It's not surprising to see that the people extrapolating China stimulus are being extremely bullish for crypto as primarily non-Chinese, while those in China have noted a migration from crypto to A shares. The data backs this up. Since Chinese stimulus was announced, USDT is traded at a discount to the Chinese yuan, still at 3% as of recent. Says, what's it mean? He says, I'm not bearish. I just think some people have gotten over their skis a little bit here. I still believe we're in the 50 to 72K range until there's a meaningful catalyst for crypto. The constant rotation of capital and new projects being developed means there's still coins to buy to generate returns as a whole, and the market will still be prone to smaller corrections if leverage gets too high. Decently high right now, by the way. It's an interesting point. Despite all the stuff that should be making crypto go, it's not yet. It will, but when? When is the question, of course. This guy's sharing the ETH monthly chart. Yeah. Interestingly, right on a major line of support currently, so we got that going for us. But then we have this to contend with, shared from Roundtable. This is interesting. The Chinese government dumped 7,000 ETH from the Plus token scam. If you weren't around back in 2019, the Plus token scam was a massive scam. Took in truckloads of Bitcoin and ETH and EOS tokens. Anyway, the crazy thing is they have 542,000 ETH left, which if the Chinese government starts dumping 500,000 Ethereum, that is bad news bears for ETH, man. 100%. Now, it doesn't mean that it's all going to necessarily be dropped immediately. Doesn't mean that. They might just sell off 7,000 ETH a month for the next however many months it takes them to get through that. Or they might just super mega dump it all in a few days. We'll see. But the fact that it's starting to move should cause a bit of concern in the market in terms of if they start dumping that aggressively, it's not going to be any good for the price of Ethereum. It could actually drag the whole crypto market down, okay? Because that's a lot of cheddar right there, man. Standard Chartered Bank out predicting a 5x rise for Solana. I can get behind that number, man. We did a great Solana price prediction video. Basically, a few different models we ran could see a potential price target for Solana between $900 and basically $1,100 by the end of the cycle. Some sort of logical price areas. Now, if Solana really outperforms, yeah, maybe it goes higher, but I think those are probably good targets to look for if you're a Solana bull. I mean, perspective here, guys, okay? It's not a baby hippo coin anymore. It's a major layer one player worth tens of billions of dollars. It's not going to run like a baby hippo coin, okay? I know. Hippo meta, man. It's crazy stuff. Anyway, they say the 5x rise could be bolstered by a Trump win of the election, 100 million active addresses, and a potential ETF launch. Now, if Trump wins, this is the thing. If Trump wins the election, he's likely to put an SEC head in that's very crypto friendly. That person's likely to launch the Solana ETF. There's applications in for Solana ETF, but they are dead on arrival under Gary Gensler's SEC. We'll also get an XRP ETF, which will be very exciting for all the XRP holders out there. Now, this is very interesting from Crypto Stash. Now, by the way, I'm an investor in Off the Grid. Obviously, guys, as always, if you want to see my current portfolio holdings, my pre-sale investments, any of that kind of stuff, you'll find a link to that down below in the YouTube description. You'll also find a link to it over on X. I'm in Off the Grid. I've been talking about Off the Grid for ages. Big fan of what these guys are doing. Very excited to see the game actually getting huge attention from major streamers right now. It's super, super exciting to see. Also, you'll find a risk statement down there, by the way. Investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all your money, okay? And past performance does not equate to future performance, okay? Anyway, all that stuff. So, Stash here saying millions watched and played a crypto game yesterday, but they had no idea that it's built as an Avalanche Layer 1. Yeah, that's right, baby. This is how we win. Just better tech that makes people's lives easier or more fun. Very, very cool. Look at some of these. Look at some of these numbers. 382,000 people watching that watched this stream. 143,000 this one. These are huge, huge numbers here, guys. 73,000 on this one. People are going big time into Off the Grid. That's great. Now, this is what you want to see for major mainstream adoption to really kick off potentially a new crypto gaming season. A game that people want to play because it's actually a good game, not a steaming pile of shit that you just go and play and farm to get some tokens out of it. You play it because it's actually a good game, and then you happen to get other things as well as a bonus, right? You get your NFT arms and guns and whatever, and you get your guns tokens and right, so there's extra incentives, but you're not playing it because of that. You're playing it because you like playing the game, and that is what changes everything for crypto gaming, in my opinion. Tom Dunleavy here, back in the napkin analysis on why Gunzilla Games, that's Off the Grid, is about to become the first real AAA billion-dollar-plus franchise in crypto. He said Axie Infinity had 3 million monthly active users during their peak. I think that Play Off the Grid doubles or even triples these figures at launch. Interesting. Call of Duty has 100 million monthly active users. It makes a revenue of $1 to $3 billion annually. The franchise's valuation worth $30 billion. Fortnite has 220 million monthly active users. Makes revenue of $6 billion annually at $30 billion valuation. Off the Grid at a 5 to 10% of Call of Duty or Fortnite valuation is $1.5 to $3 billion. FDV, without even slapping crypto-like multiples on it, has big investors like Morningstar behind it, contributing to its success. So I agree. It's very interesting to think about the potential for a real crypto game, one that's really good, not just because it's in crypto, but because it's a good game that also has crypto on it to do really well. So I'm excited about this. I hope that continues to see more success. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you're not signed up to the newsletter yet, get signed up to the newsletter. It's awesome. We love it. No, seriously, it's best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency industry. Every single week, my team and I are working hard to bring you guys the latest alpha on all kinds of stuff. We cover meme coins. We cover altcoins. We have altcoin deep dives. We have airdrop tutorials, DeFi tutorials, and so much more. Our readers love it. I'm sure you will. 140,000 plus people a week reading this bad boy. Go check it out. Link down below in the description. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I will see you back in the next one. Peace.